Hello, 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 everybody. This is Dr. Shaniva, earlier craft doctor. I don't know what happened. We had some kind of technical difficulties with the system and it just dropped my video. But I'm here with this video for Crafty Sunday. This is going to be sort of a quick, fast, in a hurry kind of video, but knowing me, maybe not. Because I like to explain everything that I'm doing so you can understand, even though I've pre-done a lot of the work. I'm sorry, I'm trying to readjust this camera. It's driving me crazy. Okay, anyway, so what we are doing is we're going to do an under the sea aquarium card. I have been trying to do this type of thing for a long time, and I finally bought some stamps that can accomplish that mission. And if you remember, I bought these. I got these stamp sets. I did a haul with them, and they are different stamps from Crafter's Companion. And I used a variety of them, and you'll notice them when you see um, the the design. I used a bunch of them from this set, this set, this set, this set, and I think that's the only one that I didn't do because I really wanted to do this corner, but my card stock is too small to accommodate this design, so I didn't use it. So this is a quasi crafter's companion uh, um, design card, as it were. Okay, so um, this is the card that I am making. And what I did was I took the um, Under the Sea, the one with the grass, and I stamped it in green. And then I took the fish, this fish, the schools, the Little Mermaid, and these two fishes here, and those two. And then the sentiment came from, where did the sentiment come from? Oh, this one. The sentiment came from this one. You can't see with that splash. Seize the day, that's the sentiment. And I took the bubbles, the small bubbles from right here, and that's what those little bubbles are. Okay, so those are the stamp sets that I used. Then I took the Wink of Stella-ish sparkle ink pen, and I made them all sparkly. They were black, but they looked really flat. And so I decided to sparkle them up. As you can see, I sparkled them up. And what I'm holding on to is some acetate. It's just the stuff that you get when you are, back in the day, we used to do a lot of projector type stuff. We used to work with the projector and used to write on it and put it on the projector. That's all this is. It's just that. So what I did was I took the card base and I cut it down a little bit smaller to make sure it fit in here. I didn't make it even, but it doesn't really matter. Who cares about how even it is? At the end of the day, it's the look that counts. And I put it inside of that acetate piece. Let's see if it's better. Can you see it better? I don't know if that's better, but it's an acetate piece. So what I did was I scored this acetate. I scored it at a 1/2 inch and 1.25 inches on both sides, which made it the ability to wrap it around this card base easily. So I did the first side and I just sticked it on a little bit, and I didn't finish the second side. That's why it's a little wonky. And so all you do is you just put your glue back there, and I just used that glue tape, and now it's solid. Now it's a frame card, right? So now it looks like just a card with some whatever you call this, acetate on the top, right? That's all it looks like right now. The thing to know that when you send it in the mail, it folds flat this way or it folds flat this way. I probably won't fold it flat. I probably make a little box for it so it won't have to fold flat, because I'm going to decorate the inside of this right now with some stones so we can make our little C look like it's blinging out. Just a few, not too much, not too much, not too big, not a lot. Just a few stones to put down at the bottom. Come on. Just some blue. I don't want this one because this one is really big. Just some blue rhinestones just to give it a little blinginess. And we're going to use some of these clear ones also. And we're going to just put them in here also. Just randomly. No kind of order or anything. And I'm doing them a little bit high, and you'll be able to tell why in 1 minute. Right? Okay, so let me take some tacky glue. And I'm using my tacky glue because it's clear, and it makes it easy to, harder for them to, once they dry, you don't see the glue. Okay, really? Okay. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dot up some glue in there. And if it show, it'll look watery. Yeah, because it's clear. I'm going to put some glue in a couple of spots. And I'm going to pick these up and just place them down. And just place them down there on here just to give it a little something. And I should have done this before I glued this top on, but I didn't think of it until afterwards on there. Like, oh, I should put some stone on there. I got all these rhinestones I don't never use and put them on there. And that's when I thought about it. So that's how come I'm doing it like this. But you're ideally would do this beforehand, not afterwards. And this is not Shaniva's idea. I did not come up with this. I followed someone who did this before. I looked it up because I was trying to do it and I could not figure this out. And I found somebody who did a perfect job. And so my design does not look like hers because she used pieces of actual card and I did not. I just stamped on the back of my thing, but I cased it, as we call it in the craft world. I cased her design. And even though she was smarter than me because she actually put all her decorations on beforehand. And so there you go. Just something quick, and it's going to look so cute when I get done. In this little case here of rhinestones, I got this case from Michael's. All of these rhinestones in this box for $20. I think it was $29.99 or $20 some. I used a coupon, so I might have spent $11, $12 on that case because I did use a coupon because that's the best thing to do when you're shopping at the stores. Okay, so now I have this part because what I'm making is a fish tank. Remember, I told you I was making a fish tank. So I have to make the fish tank look like a fish tank. And so what I did was I took these pieces here, and the same way I scored at a 1/2 inch and 1 1/4 inches, I did the same things on these pieces here. And the reason for that is because it have to wrap around our little card base thing here. So that's what I did. And so I just fold them on the score lines, fold them on the score lines like that, and it will wrap around our little box and it'll look like a fish tank when I'm done. So what I did was I put score tape on the back. And so what I meant to do, I did it on the first one and I didn't do it on the second one, is only put it in the center and then put it on the sides because I want to center this first. So I learned this off of one of the ladies from Create & Craft, where you only take a little bit off of your tape, just enough to get it to where you want it to be. You put it in place. You put it in place and then you stick it down. And then you stick it down. So now it's in the place you want it to be. And so now all I have to do is, it's in the place it needs to be, pull my tape as I feed it down to make sure that it stays in place. And that's what I'm doing. And then now it'll go across the corners right where I want it to go with no problem. And voila. And then press it down both sides to get that crease in there and square it off your corners. And again, when you stand it up, it'll stand up just like that. Now, of course, that's the bottom of the fish tank. We have to do that same thing on the top. And so I'm going to score here and score here. And then I'm going to score on this side and score on this side. I'm going to dry fit it like I did the first one, just to make sure it works. And it does. It fits perfectly. I'm going to hold this side down and I'm going to peel off this side and put it on and put it on right like that. And then I'm going to pull off this tape just a little bit and dry and fit it and make sure that it is straight, because the worst part about it is you don't want the top of it to be straight and the bottom is, the bottom to be straight and the top is crooked. That would be crazy. So you fit it and you fit it and there it's straight at the top. And then all I have to do is pull off this piece here and bring it on around to the back. Bring it on around to the back. And there we go. And then now I'm going to press it down here on the side. Press it on this side. Press it in the back. Press it in the back. And now it's got its corners. Right? And when you press it down, either side, I could mill this with no problem. But I'm not going to mill it. I'm going to make a box. Okay, so now we have our fish tank. Isn't that cute? So you're sending this as a card or a gift. You need to have a place to write it on it. And so what I would do, okay, now I just took it out. What do I do with it? Take a blank card base and stamp your sentiment right on here and then glue it down right there. So and this also allows for you to cover up your back and it makes your card stronger. And since I'm not giving this to anyone in particular, this is just one of my cards that I'm making, I'm not going to put anything on here. I'm just going to put my back on. And so that covers up your mechanisms. just like that. See, it covers up your mechanisms just like that. And then you can also see where I told you that it wasn't all even. You see, I cut that little white strip. So in all actuality, this should have been a 4¼ by 5½ sheet of paper. I cut it down a little bit because I thought it was not going to fit. But you know how to correct anything because there's nothing but happy accidents, right? So if I was really caring that much, I would take something in here and I would just color. There you go. And I just colored up the side with my pen. And that's how you create those little mistakes that you think that might be mistakes to you. If not, leave it alone. Don't cut your card base down like I did. And that is our little fish tank. See if you can see it better. Yes, that is our under the sea fish tank. Isn't that cute? A little box card fish tank. I thought that was really, really cute. So then I wanted to show you something else that I got from Crafter's Companion. I got in this, it's called Flourishing Fuchsias, and it's the stamp and die set to make these fuchsia flowers. So yesterday I cut them out to make the fuchsia design, and it was really very easy to do this. And the dies come with it to cut out the fuchsia and to cut off the leaf unit. So all you have to do is stamp with the 3 colors I use dye base ink. I use the fuchsia, which they came with the set from HSN. Pink tulip is that light color. Peach jam is that medium color, that medium pink. And the fuchsia is that dark looking, almost purplish color. And I got the set because, not necessarily that I wanted the fuchsia itself, but because there was no other way to get the pinks, because the pinks are out of stock. For some reason, yellows and pinks are out of stock right now. And so in order to get the set of pinks, I purchased this set. And so I want to show you what it looks like on a card front. And so I didn't want you to see me just take all the time to just stamp out the all 3 colors of those and then 2 colors of the green. So I just left the green to do. And so number 1 is this green. I mean the leaves. And it has a 1 on it on the carrier sheet to let you know this is the first one you stamp. And you stamp this one kind of the dark color, or a darker color is the way they have it. When I purchased my stamps, these ink pads, these are the quick dry ink pads. I purchased them from Crafter's Companion, and lo and behold, they did not give me 3 greens for this color. They only gave me 2. And so I'm waiting now for the order to come in of my 3rd green, because I'm missing all the yellows. I'm missing one of the greens. I'm missing the noir black, and I'm missing the plum gray. And then I'll have the full 36-piece set of these. Okay, and so I'm missing that light green, and so I want to come in and let me see if I had a light green. I'm gonna hope that this Stampin' Up! Green makes up the difference from that light green that I'm missing. until I get it in to make this color combination. Um, and so I did that piece, and then this piece goes right on top of it, and so this fits right there on top. I'm not standing over it because I don't want my head in the way. But I'm gonna hope that this Call Me Clover green is bright enough that will make these leaves stand out. Here's hoping, okay? And it looks like they might. It worked, it did it. Yep, it did that thing. Thank you, Call Me Clover. Until I get my other green from Stampin' Up, my other green from Crafty's Companion in about a month, because that's how long it's taking for shipping right now, is about a month from Crafter's Companion, which sucks because I have like 4 orders right now, because they keep having shows every day of this gorgeous product that I'm going to be using in the craft um, academy, Throwing a Craft Academy. And um, everybody who is local to me may know that I am part of Love Life Family Christian Center, which is my church in East Point in my local area, and I just became the leader of one of the new small groups, and the name of the group is All About the Paper. It was just something that I came up with when I was sitting outside, and it was just all about the paper. And it's going to be all about doing different kinds of paper crafts, such as making our own mini albums, making stuff like our fish tank, doing stuff like making purses out of paper that will look just as good as you bought it in a store. We're going to be doing stuff like um, cards, really regular card for to send to nursing homes, and thank you cards and trifold cards, and all things paper is what we're going to be doing. So the name of our small group is All About the Paper. And I just thought that was just a cute, clever little play on words, but it's really going to be the small group for Love Life Family Christian Center, our little DIYers who like to do crafty things. And we're going to make flowers, and we're going to make flower boxes and flower cards and all kinds of crafty stuff with paper. I hate these little things. These things never like to come off. Okay, so then we're going to put this one right here. We're going to take this one, and I'm going to cut one in half so it will fit. So if you are in our local area and would like to join our small groups, contact someone at the church and see about joining the small groups. And join us at Love Life Family Christian Center. It's a wonderful place to worship. Okay, and then this one goes there. And then we have this last one. And these I don't have to put glue on because I can't even get the papers off. So that lets me know that they're still very sticky. They were sticky when I first bought them. And that's why I still have them, because it just takes so much. But I'm at the last end of my regular ones. Well, no, I'm not. I have a lot of them. It's just I want to use these up. And there you go. And so that is the fuchsia. That's the fuchsia that I received from Create and Craft. Did I put that on upside down? I did. No wonder. No. No. Yeah, I did. This goes like that. That's why it didn't fit right. There you go. And so that's the fuchsia stamp and die set, which looks really, really cute. I like it. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to show you was part of our this week's Heartfelt Creations design. And so this is one of the dies from Heartfelt Creations, and this is a full stamp for this design. It's the full stamp. So it made a full card base. You didn't have to worry about it. But also it had this stamp and die of the bridge. So what I did was I popped that up. You see the dimension? I popped that up. I colored it brown. And underneath here is a bridge. So it looks like it's double stacked because it looks like a walking bridge that way. So I colored the bridge underneath, and I colored this one, and I used the 3D gel and popped this up and colored this all in for a scene. And so that is the Heartfelt Creations, and I backed it with the brown paper that I've been using with the Heartfelt kit that I've been using for the lavender, and that is the inside. So what I did was I cut off part of the card, so that's not a full card base, and I put it on like that. So then it just gave a different kind of look to this card. And there you go. And that is our Crafty Sunday projects. Not that much. Oh, I wanted to tell you about the backgrounds. I forgot. These are my distress inks. And what I did was I took several of the blues and the turquoises, and I went and I used my, what do you call these things? These things here. Sponge dauber thingies. And I did it all over with the different blues, and then I used my Tim Holtz water and I spritzed, and then I put a paper towel up there to suck up the color, and that's what that watery background comes from. So that was my own type of paper. I made my own paper for that background because I could have found some under the sea paper or something, but it was just easier to do that with make my own paper with that. And so that's how that was accomplished. And so if you want to learn how to make something like this, stay tuned as we establish our small groups starting next month, where we'll be doing projects and stuff, hopefully, if we're together, if we can get together. I'm thinking that what I may do for my small groups, for people who want to join, is send them the kit and we can do a virtual crafting. Especially if you already have things like glue and your own inks and stuff like that, then you know what, we just pay for the supplies and we can do our small group projects. So I think that's what I might do, because I think it'll be wonderful to get our small groups started and not let the situation at hand stop us from doing what we want to do. So thank you so much for joining me at this Crafty Sunday, May the 24th, I think. Sunday, May 24th. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.